Upper Middle Lane, his local name as Obane.
Oba? Is that Obane?
Okay, Oba.
Bruce.
Dr. Bruce.
Ubode.
He was one of the special advisors to the former national chairman. So, the leaders before you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming and thanks for having us. As he did say, my name's Chief Raymond Murphy. I'm a party stalwart from Cross River State. As a matter of fact, I did contest the last elections as for Senate. I ran for Senate, Northern Senatorial District. And other than that, I've been a very active member of a party, both at my local government, at my state level, and at this national level. Many of you will not remember, I was also very active at the last national convention. I was the chief of staff of the secretariat, which meant that I ran the secretariat for the last national convention that that produced the current executive. The essential thrust of this discussion this afternoon is to let Nigerians know that we from South-South, we APC members, bona fide APC members from South-South, are completely and utterly disappointed at the way and manner our brother, our son, our leader, our one-time leader, is running and ran the APC. I speak about the chairman, the suspended chairman, Chief Oshiomhole. We are, as citizens of Nigeria, as citizens of the South-South, we know that South-South people are people of excellence, and we know that we can do better. As a matter of fact, as you know, there are thousands of very eminently qualified people of the South-South origin who would discharge this function in a very credible manner. Since our brother took over from our elder brother, Chief John Odigoyegu, it has been topsy-turvy, one crisis after the other, generated by a simple inability to run a party with diplomacy, with tact. The highest levels of leadership require some ability to adumbrate what you say, ability to respect people's views and opinions. It is not a pugilistic activity to be national chairman of a party. And we are extremely unsatisfied, dissatisfied with the way he's carried out in the last 2 years since he became our national chairman. And we lend ourselves seriously, I repeat, with the activities of those who suspended him right from his word, because he has not been carrying on, as we would say, the way we sent him, because he represents our people. The way we sent him is not the way he ought to carry on. We read in the papers today about people saying that the entire South Side is with him. No, that's not correct. That is the kind of dictatorial politics that they have been playing. That's not correct. We certainly are not satisfied with what is going on. We certainly are not happy that at the last election, which we took part in, there were low-hanging fruits, as all of you remember. Cross River was a low-hanging fruit. Akwa Ibom was there. Delta was there. Many other states, we lost them, just as we lost in Zamfara. We lost them because of the inability of those who ran the party to run in such a way to carry people along. That is why, at the end of the election, Cross River did not win one single seat, apart from the one that we just won from the rerun, and it's still being contested. But we were ready to win all of Cross River State. But primaries were shoddy, electioneering were shoddy, people were being shut out. Credible people who had a capacity to win elections were shut out due to shoddy primaries. You saw the same shoddy primaries everywhere. And we think that we lend ourselves to the people who want to renew and rebuild the party. We want a situation where this party gets a new breath of life. This is not a matter of 2023, as my brother Hilia Deta has said. It has nothing to do with 2023. This is survival of a party. You can imagine a party that somebody sat over and ensured that the national deputy chairman was suspended, secretary was not there, all kinds of suspensions were going on, and left the party empty. That is why we have the vacuum that we have. And we support the call to NEC by the Deputy National Secretary, who is now the acting secretary, we completely support it, because that is the only way we can bring an opportunity for the party to regain itself. Unless you have that meeting, you cannot have any basis with which to rebuild this party. We support it, and we ask our people from all over the country, we ask APC people from South, from Nigeria, to lend their support to that NEC meeting, to give the leaders of this party an opportunity. The party is not somebody's personal property. We all labored for it. I bought a form. I bought a form for 7 million naira. That's my contribution, apart from the fact that I built a party where I come from. And many of us are like that across the country. So we are alarmed at the way and manner our party is losing its brand, is losing its integrity, is losing its seriousness. And this is why we came today as South people, bona fide South citizens, to urge Nigerians to realize that the APC is a party in power, and everybody should do everything to support the president to bring good governance to the people. And if the parties are allowed in the hands of those who are spawning right now, it will not give Nigerians an opportunity to experience the good governance that APC promised. That is the thrust of our discussion. That is the thrust of this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Chief. Yeah, my colleagues read what has been going on in the party. So I know that if there are questions we can, clarification we can ask, so we can go back.
Thank you.
So, are you saying you are in support of the call for the chairman to step aside?
I am saying that there is a suspension. I'm also saying that there's a court order. I'm also saying that the reasons for this situation is known to all of us. I am saying that it is in the interest of the party to put the Oshiomhole era behind it and move forward with new leadership. That's what we're saying.
Okay, I think I will take this question. When members of the National Assembly, who are APC members,
yes,
all those things are stakeholders of the South.
Correctly.
Now, who would like to know?
Let me just make it very clear to you. This conception of a party being owned by certain persons is completely wrong. We are stakeholders who build a party. We run the party from the structures, we fund it. And we as bona fide stakeholders of South Origin in APC, there are many, for instance, Victor Gaidam is from the South. He has just called a meeting. He's one of those who we are backing. He's just called a meeting, and some people are opposing that meeting, and we're saying that by the natural succession, because of the vacuums that exist in the party, that Victor is the right person to call a meeting at this point in time. So, and I must also tell you, without naming too many names, I can tell you, you can conjecture that for yourself, that practically all the senior stakeholders of the party in government are backing the call for renewal of this party, particularly from the South. I do not need to go into those names, but you know them. You have heard the utterances they have made in the past. That is the situation.
Any other question?
Yes.
Who are you in this group?
Who am I in this group?
Are you the spokesperson?
I am the spokesperson. Let me explain this clearly to you. I said I ran for Senate. I said I was the chief of staff at the convention. That gives you some idea of my reach within the party. And by terms of pedigree, I was National Assistant Secretary of APP, South, National Assistant Secretary. I was one of the early directors of Buhari Campaign Organization when we were, that's what's called the TBO, when we were Ghana Street.
I know you, Chief.
Thank you very much. So it is on that basis, and I don't want to come here and say, this person sent me, this person, but the things I've told you can tell you clearly that I'm not speaking alone. We are making it clear that we are supporting the rebuilding of a party. We are supporting the move made by Victor Gaidam to call a NEC meeting. That is an opportunity for the party to be rebuilt. We are supporting the recall of those people who were wrongly suspended, because a lot of people were illegally suspended, and we want this party to stop being a laughingstock. And we believe that the only way the party can stop being a laughingstock is if sanity returns, if legality returns, if rule of law returns, if respect to members of the party returns. You are all aware that there was, for an example, what alienated a lot of people. We had primaries, botched primaries. 2 days were given for appeal. How many people had a chance to appeal? You don't trample on the rights of people. Remember when there were brickbats between the then leader of the party, Oshiomhole, and senior members of the party? Remember, Babio was walked out of a meeting. That's not how you run a party. And these are eminent people of South region. And then finally, I was not there, but it was widely reported that some persons were named as people who were behind the crisis. That's not correct. The reason for the crisis is mismanagement of the party. And naturally, if people have a collective and one man is mismanaging it, they will react to it. That's the natural reaction. So to start naming names of individuals as people who are behind, no, that's not true. And I can say here that there is no agenda of 2023 playing. What is playing is, let us get the party ship-shape. When the party is ship-shape, then people can begin to aspire. If it is not ship-shape, it cannot carry anybody to anywhere. That is the point we are making. And I have said here, we are bona fide citizens of South-South. He's from Delta, I'm from Cross River. There are many more persons involved with us. And we say that this is not our character. Our character is not abrasive. It's not undiplomatic. We don't insult people. We want the Nigerian enterprise to move solidly forward. And we want our party, the platform of the current government, to run with respect and with dignity. What is happening right now is something that I find abhorrent. It is not something that we think is good enough. And that is why we call for the redemption of the party. And the redemption of the party is to remove the single individual who happens to be the abrasive individual in the mix. And that is Adams Oshiomhole.
Convention of any member of our party, not the National Working Committee. If at the ward level somebody is suspended, just like it happened to the National Vice Chairman, Northwest, it is studied and investigated by the National Working Committee and forwarded to the NEC, National Executive Committee, for management. But what we have found is that suspensions have been dictated willy-nilly by the chairman, the suspended chairman, and some members of the National Working Committee. That's why we have crisis everywhere.
And vacuums.
Yes. There are many people who have been, the Deputy National North, the Vice Chairman, National Vice Chairman from I think Northwest. Yeah. Yes.
Statement given by the National Vice Chairman. He did not call any meeting, call no discussion, call nobody to make that statement.
Yes. Yes.
That statement is not representative of the South.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, like I said, we are talking to you.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Well, that is what we wanted to put across.
But you know, this shaking is not supposed to be done.
Coronavirus, eh?
We'll be available for follow-ups.
If you need any.
The issue is that being a media person myself, you all know that